My name is Winn Hardin. I'm the Managing Director of TECH B2B Marketing. We're going to start doing a series of tips and tricks of sharing how we help our clients to make more money, work better, work faster, work cheaper, and be more effective as a business organization. And this first one is going to deal with a topic that we're discussing a lot these days, which is ABM, or account-based marketing. Recently, one of our clients in the industrial B2B space, as are all of our clients, specifically in the electrical industry, had some success going after some of the largest companies in the world. So we're talking like Amazon, so we're talking about Bell Helicopter. And they realized that maybe an account-based marketing program might be a good way and an effective use of their resources. So what account-based marketing essentially does is it takes mass marketing techniques and it applies it to a very targeted customer set. Usually you start by developing certain customer personas. That might include demographic information, firmographic information about their company, companies within a specific vertical market. And the reason being is because you're going to do a lot of small campaigns. They're going to be condensed into a very short period of time. And the intent is to surround the customer with recognition and then your company essentially as frequently as possible in a short period of time. So a company who may be a new prospect to you, doesn't have any really awareness of your company, will see your name in a very short period of time, and then you come in with the big payoff, which is that sales starts doing direct outreach. Now you may start with a group of 20 or 40 or 50 customers. And this particular program did exactly that. We would do tranches of customers between 20 and 40. We would look at key decision makers using things like Zoom Info or Apollo IO or Seamless AI to help identify key decision makers in engineering, management, plant design, whatever the case may be, right? So we come up with this segment of decision makers and we generate the list, and then we would port them into their CRM system, or like a Salesforce or a HubSpot or a Zoho or a Marketo. And those, well, not Marketo, it's not a CRM system, but stay with me. Anyway, so you put them into the CRM system and you create a landing page that's targeted just for them and just for their company. Essentially, you write the text for the landing page based on the vertical space and the company's unique challenges and opportunities that face them right now, right? So just doing a little bit of due diligence on that company allows you to create a very effective message that shows that you care enough about the client to do your research on what their needs are and what their sales goals are, right? So since each individual is in the CRM, that content, 90+% of that landing page content is the same for each individual, but you're going to dynamically address it to the individual, and you can even take it to a point of, obviously name, titles. You might throw in a single sentence in a field in your CRM system that addresses whether they're in purchasing or engineering, again, to help bring it alive, to really personalize that landing page content, okay? So now we've got this landing page that's ready for our 40 or 50 people in our first tranche, or in other cases we'll talk about much larger customer segments initially. And we then hit them with a series of lead nurturing emails, again, over a condensed period of time. So we might be sending 2 of them out a week, mixing up product information, general overview about the company itself, their company as well as your company. So you're going to mix in product information with case studies and application stories, right? Only focusing on messaging that shows how they can do their job better, faster, cheaper. This is not about just pushing out what products that you're trying to sell into this company or this space. You want to connect your products and services and how the specific value they brought to other customers or specific functions or features within the target company itself. Right? So we've got that content. We pushed out a bunch of email. We also did a social outreach general campaign at the same time. And in other cases, we might use targeted LinkedIn PPC campaigns. And we'll have a whole nother segment on how you create individual targeted emails in LinkedIn. But with a sample size that's small like this, you might have to do some very extensive and complicated targeting, because you need at least 300 on LinkedIn to be able to 300 acceptable email addresses, and your acceptance rates on LinkedIn will be around 40%. So really you almost have to start with like a total list of 700 or 800 to be able to do the targeted email component in LinkedIn. So anyway, we've got email, we've got social posts, we're monitoring all that as well as their traction through the website. All that's feeding into our MQL dashboard and our CRM and our marketing automation campaign. And the salesperson is able to see that in real time through a custom dashboard. Now, ultimately, we were able to succeed and achieving a 35% meeting acceptance using this type of method. So we hit them real quick on the digital channels, and at the same time, we made this was a very unique twist, I think, was to create a personalized video message. I don't know if you knew this, but Amazon for like $40 or $60 will sell disposable video displays that can be mailed. They come in a cardboard case, right? And you open it up and you've got a video a screen that you can store 5 minutes of video or whatever it is. So in this case, the channel manager at our client would do a message that talked about their company and the general value they brought to, say, oil and gas exploration or automotive manufacturing or utilities or whatever the space was. And you would record that video. Now, for each one of these tranches of ABM outbounds, what we would do is the sales channel manager would go back into the video studio and he or she would create a short 10 to 15 second segment. Mr. Johnson over at Bell Helicopter, we know that, electrical safety has been an incredibly important part of your operation, and our company can help you achieve even higher performance goals. Now you stitch that right into that 80% value proposition statement, which stays consistent no matter what the vertical is. And then you do another 10-second outtake right at the end where the channel manager says, Joe, I can't wait to talk with you in person so we can talk about how we can work together and deliver more value for your company, Joe. And so the person, you send that in a 2-day USPS package, cheapest possible way. You time it so that they're getting a social media request from the individual sales manager through LinkedIn and other platforms. At the same time, they're getting this high value package, right? Even if they've got administrative screeners or something like that, if someone mails you a display tablet, it's going to make it all the way up to the principal and your prospect. So you do that at the same time. We put a bunch of fancy graphics on there so that we printed them right on the display case. Talking about our company key value propositions, has their company brand on there so they have a point of recognition. QR codes on there so that if they scan that QR code, it'll take them right to the personalized landing page for the individual. And then you're tracking when that should arrive at the individual, and the salesperson starts to make the first of 3 telephone follow-up calls for these high value prospects. And again, we were able to achieve 35% success rate with that. So if you want to hear more about account-based marketing, I would very much encourage you to reach out to me here on LinkedIn or any of your favorite platforms. Go to techb2bmarketing.com or check us out on manufacturing-matters.com, where we're building interesting community about the global manufacturing industry. So until the next time, I look forward to bringing you more tips in the very near future. Hope you have a great day and see you soon.